Hey, Mike Heisted here, the MLM Downline Trainer. So before we can have a conversation about how I can help you be successful online, we have to figure out what success actually looks like to you. We have to identify some key targets or outcomes for you to achieve along the way. Right now, if you've got as my my friend from Microsoft calls it a BHAG, right? Calls it a big hairy ass goal. So if you've got some big wonderful goal that you want to achieve, something that you're really excited about, whether it's making $20,000 a month, or losing 30 pounds, or sponsoring 10 new people, or whatever it is. You got this big thing that you want to achieve, buying a new house, whatever, right? So before you can get to this big beautiful thing, there's obviously certain steps along the way. There's certain milestones that you need to accomplish first, right? Like before you can lose 20 pounds, well, you have to lose 10 pounds. And before you can make, $50,000, you got to make $20,000, right? So you have to identify what some of the key checkpoints or milestones are along the way. And if you do that, if you'll focus on these small steps, then this other thing may eventually happen. But if you don't get here, you'll never get here, right? So you have to accomplish these first things along the way. All right, so let's break it down. The first thing is your goals must be specific. It's not enough to say I want to be happy, or I want to lose weight, or I want to make more money, or I want a great relationship. You have to be specific about how much weight you want to lose, or how much money you want to make, or what kind of relationship you want. What are the specific and measurable things that are going to tell you that you're succeeding? If you say, well, I want to be happy, well, what does happiness look like? What are some things that you can actually measure that will tell you you're on your way? The next thing is that your goal must be attainable. Again, if you want to make $30,000 a month, but you've never made $3,000 a month, your brain might check out, it might disengage. So you want to make sure that the goal is something that actually you believe that you can achieve, right? Whatever you can conceive and believe you can achieve, but the key is you have to believe it. The next thing is your reasons and resources. Reasons come first, answers come second. If you get a big enough why to do something, the how becomes easier. Your reason is it's going to get you up in the morning and keep you up late at night. And your resources are the things that you're going to organize, you're going to strategize with. A strategy is a way of organizing your resources to consistently produce a desired result. So that's, you're going to come up with a strategy to get your desired outcome. So reasons and resources are really important. Time bounded is the last thing, smart in the SMART formula. And that means it's not enough to say, well, I want to lose 20 pounds. You have to give it a specific date. By what date do you want to lose 20 pounds? Or by what date do you want to be making, $5,000 a week? By what date do you want to have that shiny new Porsche sitting in your driveway, right? So time bounded. It's not enough to say I want it a year from now. You actually have to give it a date, because next week a year is going to change, and then tomorrow it'll be another year, and then the next month it'll be another year, right? So you have to actually give it a specific date. So let me offer you a couple of distinctions. A couple quick distinctions quickly here. It's not about the goals, right? This whole thing is, we're talking about goals, but the reason cliches become cliches is because they're true. And one cliche that is certainly true is that it's not the destination, it's the journey, right? It's the journey, not the destination. And so all these wonderful things you want to accomplish, well, you got to stop and ask yourself why. What's so important about it? What's really most important to you along the way? What do you really value? And if you focus on this, if you focus on your purpose, a leader is someone who attains their purpose while helping others achieve their goals. Whereas, a lot of people just focus on the goals. It's not very attractive. But if you have a purpose, a sense of presence, that's much more attractive. Now, don't call your goals, don't call them goals. Call them a promise, right? You're more likely to keep a promise than you are to keep a goal. You have more leverage on yourself to keep a promise than you do to achieve your goals. And the final distinction here is put your goals in the present tense. Put your promises in the present tense. So on May 25th, I'm making $3,000 a day. Or on June 30th, I have I'm sitting in Hawaii having a margarita, right? So put yourself in the present tense. Now the final thing is, I'm going to explode this out here. We've only got a few minutes left in this video. I want to give you an example here to follow to come up with your own promise, right? So you're going to have a purpose, promise, and a path. And these are so you see I've broken this website down in the same way, and you're going to use this format to come up with your own goals along the way to keep you on track. So you're going to come up with a purpose, you're going to come up with a promise, and then you're going to come up with some key results in order to achieve the way. I'll give you instructions below in a second.